Hey, good morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here with the MLive Morning Weather Update. Please hit the share button if you could right now. I'd appreciate it very much. We're going to get into a changing upper air pattern. I think it changes for at least 2 weeks. I would call it the second 2 weeks of June. Is it something that lasts all summer? I'm not sure. And that upper air pattern change is going from what I call a blocked up pattern. And I've showed that to you where you got this big high pressure center in the middle part of the country, our area, storms on each side of that. And it's kind of just a blocked thing that doesn't move. It's going to open up and flow more from west to east, and storm systems will move out of the Pacific across the northern part of the country, across our region. And so that's what we're heading into. Let's say good morning to Minell Molesby. Good morning from Pawpaw, and thank you for sharing. If you could share, find that share button right now and go for it. Amy, hey duck, a single rain? The likely one is Sunday or Monday into Tuesday, but there's more out there after that because the upper air pattern opens up, and I'll show that to you. So let's get to it. Apologize. For some reason, I keep losing my screen share here. All right, there we go. So radar right now showing nothing, some showers over in Illinois and Wisconsin moving south and will not be affecting us. Hello, Janine Adwani from Ypsilanti, and Rose Mitchell from dry Muskegon. It's dry everywhere. Okay, so this gives you a great view of what is going on here. We're going to have more smoke. So on this satellite image, this is current, you see a storm rotating up in the northeast part of the country, up in northeastern Canada. We've had the cold front move through, so it's going to be a much cooler day today in a lot of places. And then the cold front has made it all the way back to the west. This is what we call a backdoor cold front. Hey, Bob Warner. Smile to you too. And then Bob Holmes, good morning also, and Jennifer Brower. I am trying to bring on the rain. So you see the milkiness there, that's the smoke, and you get a good feel for where it's coming from. It's coming from almost straight north of us out of Canada. All right, now, hey, please hit the share button if you could. I'd appreciate it immensely. I want to show you another satellite image. Okay, so, and one of the great things about doing this with MLive, this morning update, is we don't have commercial breaks, so I don't have a time limit, and I don't have what in TV we called, instead of consultants, we called them insultants because they'd always tell you what you're doing wrong. I don't have them telling me that I can't show you what's going on in the Pacific, which is very important for what you want to know. When are we going to start to get some rain? So look at the Pacific. You're starting to get a feel that there is a stormy jet stream developing and moving straight west to east. And that's what's going to break down the blocked upper air pattern that I'll show you here in just a second. So first off, we're going to start with the European model. We're going to start with the European model. Maybe. I'll try and expand it for you. There we go. Okay, and so what you see on this is you're looking at the US. You're looking at the initialization, so it doesn't have any precip on it just yet. The initialization is the starting frame, kind of like your car sitting in the driveway before you make a trip. Okay, and then you're looking at the red squiggly lines are upper level temperatures, and I use those for how warm it's going to be, and then eventually you'll see areas of precipitation and the storm systems. So we are dry. The main story is we're dry for today. We're dry for Thursday. High fire danger under low humidity. So no burning, definitely. They get away from you fast. And then this is Saturday, and that looks dry. Now, this is Saturday night, Sunday morning. So we may start to get some showers coming in on Sunday. This is Sunday morning into afternoon. Hey, thank you very much. Please hit the share button. Please hit the share button. It seems to be working. 200 of us on board right now. Appreciate it very much. So here is the storm that I showed you out in the Pacific, but this is Monday. This is Monday morning. Now, something like that, I can say, if that verifies, and both models show this, if that verifies, then rain is likely in lower Michigan and even in upper Michigan. Rain would be likely widespread. Could there be some areas that will want more than what they get? Yes, but a cutoff closed low pressure center in early June is typically a good rainmaker. And then what happens, and what this is trying to indicate, is the wraparound would come back through on Tuesday and give us a second period of showers. Andrew LaJoy, what time will the main bulk of rain come in on Sunday? Now, this is early, but it would mainly be developing in the late afternoon and evening, and really it comes together on by Monday morning, I guess you'd say, into Monday morning. Okay, so then that gets the wraparound. So there could be two rains out of this as it comes through, and then as the wraparound rain showers come through a day later. And that gets us back into some cool weather behind that storm system. And then look at 10 days out. This is as far as this goes. Please hit the share button. I'd appreciate it very much. This gets us 10 days out, and you see more storms out in Nebraska, the Dakotas, Iowa, and that is the kind of weather that we like for a rainfall, because it's come right out of the west as opposed to the north. The storms for the last month have been coming straight out of the north and very moisture starved. Okay, so now we're getting into the meteorology. You got to understand the squiggly lines. You can do it. The squiggly line, what I'm showing you right now, is the airflow at 15,000 feet up. I'm going to show you what I call a constipated atmosphere, because we have a storm out on the west coast, a high pressure ridge over us suppressing any rain, and a storm out in the northeast. And that doesn't allow anything from the Pacific to break through that whole thing. But you'll see that all kind of flattens out, and then we, at least for a week or two, probably get into regular storms. Does it go back to blocking? Probably not. But I think we'll certainly get warm, very warm to hot spells. So I think what can happen, and what looks like is going to happen, is the trough is going to actually kind of move back to the west. I'm sorry, the ridge is going to move back to the west, and we're going to be in a trough. We will get some hot weather periods too at times this summer. So here's currently, you see the storm in the northeast. You see the ridge has now backed up into the Dakotas, and as we go through Friday and Saturday, actually what's going to happen is a lobe of this storm in the northeast is going to drop down, and that's the one that cuts off over us and gets some western moisture into it. So when you look at something like that on Tuesday morning, if this is the only map I had as a meteorologist, I would say, yeah, you got a pretty good shower pattern, rainfall pattern around the Great Lakes because of that closed storm system. It moves off, and as we get into Wednesday and Thursday of next week, notice how the pattern, the upper air pattern, now this is as far out as we're going to go, 10 days. Look at that. That's Friday, June 16th. Next Friday, 10 days from now. The ridge and the storm systems are gone. West-east flow, and any little bend in the jet stream, that's a storm system. And when you see a significant bend like that, Dakotas down to Nebraska, up into southern Canada, that is an upper level storm system. that can bring showers and thunderstorms. So pattern changing at least for a time period after that for a week or so. This is the US model. We don't often look at it, but look at how it does very similar thing. This is Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and then it forms the low pressure center and swings rainfall around on Tuesday. And then it has another system next Friday or Saturday also. That's next Saturday. So the point being is it all kind of opens up and things start to progress through. Now we're at June 20th and Wednesday, June 21st. And again, the point is, it looks like we're going to start to get storm systems moving across the country. Cameron Freeman, did I mention the smoke air quality index? No, well, I did mention the smoke. The smoke is going to continue. That is a very tough thing to forecast when it will be thick, when it won't be thick. It kind of comes through in patches. Right now, it looks like it's there with some patches where it clears out. And the air quality index has been up to like 160 parts per million on the, what do they call it? The particulate matter 2.5 microns. That's small particles. And so they're advising people that are sensitive to take it easy and not really do a whole lot outside. But if you don't have any major breathing problems, you're probably okay in our neck of the woods. This is the European model's rainfall forecast. Now, I wouldn't take it as verbatim. What I would get out of this is that by next Tuesday, it says a lot of the area will have rain. A lot of the area could have decent rain. Remember, yesterday I was showing you this, and that 2 and 3 inch rain was down in the southwest corner of the state. It's moved to the UP now. Point being is the exact location we don't know yet, but we do see that when the whole state has a forecast of measurable precip, then it's pretty good. Now, this is the Europeans ensemble mode, which I like better, and it is about the same location as yesterday, with the heaviest precip in the southeast half of lower Michigan, and it's a little bit lighter because yesterday the ensemble had totals near an inch, and now it has totals about 7/10. Regardless, I guess what I'm trying to get a point across to you is that we probably have a rain likely late Sunday, Monday into Tuesday, and then it does another rain late next week into the weekend, and then as we go out 16 days, it does another rain too. So 3 rains in the next, let's say, 15 days or so. Temperatures today will be very comfortable, 75 to 80 in the south, or 75 in the south, 70 in the north. Tomorrow, low to mid 70s. Friday, 75 to 80. Work skipper Friday, alert, alert. Work skipper Friday. Saturday, everything shows coming back up into the 80s ahead of that storm system. That's good. That'll help a little moisture and stability build. Look at Sunday's temperatures. How a storm system in the summer can cause some wacky temperature configurations. So you got your warm sector into the southeast where you could be, in the 80s. You got areas where the clouds are building in showers and you're in the 70s. And then you have places behind the storm system that are cooler in a grayer lower shower deck and temperatures near 60. Monday, cooler. Tuesday, we're on the backside of the storm with clouds, maybe with showers. So Tuesday, we might be stuck in the 60s in a lot of places. Then as it pulls off, we're right back to well into the 70s next Thursday, June 15th, next Friday, June 16th. So I would not say that summer's going to take a pause by any stretch, but what I would say is that the 90s are not coming back, at least probably for at least 10 days, maybe a couple of weeks or so. All right, there's your weather update. Whew, I did good, didn't I? You are updated more than 99.9% of the people now, folks. Do you realize that? Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Thanks for sharing. I'm going to probably hit that hard because it does seem to work. And yeah, we don't, I guess I'll give you a little insight. We don't make any extra money off of this Facebook Live as far as at MLive, and then they don't put extra money into my paycheck. But it's very important for us to give you the proper weather. We want you to know that we're covering the weather, and especially when it gets severe, and just spread the word. So if others like this format, they will use it too. Hey, thanks for joining me on this Wednesday. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Take care.